Good evening everyone, welcome to Invictus Racing League. Currently we are hosting a pre-season race. There was no plans to stream it originally, but we thought we would go ahead and do so anyway. So that's why we're tuning in at the end of qualifying. Emmy are currently in the Estamine on pole because it's just retired from the session near the back of the field. A few have not set times, maybe they want to start at the back, I'm not too sure. That 1:18.4 looking like a very quick time for him here. Just turn my game sound down a little bit. It's rather loud. It's a little bit better. Yeah, well, an 18.4 there. I'm on board with Ryan, who has been quick in the past. See what he can, where I can put his calf. He does go up to P13. That is. Sorry, I'm just getting everything ready. Two McLarens in 6 and 7. I'm not too sure who that is in the Haas. A few names that are new to this season. Amir obviously returning from Tier 1. Ghost also returning from Tier 1. Welcome to Fiviatsu and Big Salt, you see what? Good evening, mate. Jeremy Clarkson was in Tier 1, Owen was Tier 2, as was Ginger Tiger. A few of these are Tier 2 drivers, but they're mostly Tier 1 drivers. Smoke returning after a season out, because it's great to be back. So we have Amir on pole then, Ghost in second place, Henrik Anderson in third, Jeremy Clarkson in fourth, Failed Aim Assist Trevor that is in P5, Owen in P6, Ginger Tiger in P7, Bjorn DeBoer in P8, Schizo in P9, SF Martin in P10, Blester in P11, Smoke in P12, we've got Lewis DeBeeker in P13, Ryan in P14, and then JP P15, Keza P16, Rick and Maru P17, only setting the time on those mediums, I'm not too sure if he crashed out or had an incident. And then 3 at the back. I think Yellow wants to start at the back of the field with a DSQ. And Cloudy Carr, who has been struggling to get in all this time. And Simon Palmer at the back. I think he also wants to start there as well. So then we'll wait for all the drivers to pick their setups. Sorry, not their setups, their race strategies. It's a bit different here. If you don't run all 3 sets of softs, you can get away with running a medium softs. Although you need to make sure you've got those setups tuned to do exactly that. Some very low tire pressures. Tire pressures are a key thing this year. Have those too high and the tires will overheat, and the tire deck is really high on overheating tires. Sort of as soon as you cross that, 106, 107 degree temperatures, it's where you really start to struggle. We've got then a formation lap. Yeah, I noticed that actually the other day. I commentated on another league and the pit crew aren't stood there just T-posing like a bunch of weirdos. They actually, well, they're not on the grid either, which is a bit strange, but at least they're not just there T-posing. Very exciting though, 20 drivers. Cloudy's coming steaming through. Maybe he doesn't know it's a formation lap, I'm not too sure. Formation laps have been fixed apparently this year, so we'll be running them in our leagues as long as no known issues appear. But time will tell. Yeah, he doesn't want to push too much here, although drivers should be saying 10 car lengths behind one another. That is an obligation when driving under the formation lap, and come the league, there's something you can get penalised for, but it's only a pre-season, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Simon Palmer's been DSQ'd from the formation lap. Hopefully that glitch, or bug should I say, has been patched and he won't get DSQ'd from the actual race. Amir leading the way, his teammate down in P15 in that Aston Martin. JP is a tier 2 driver, whereas Amir is tier 1, so that's expected. We've got a little bit of a mix in here, Keza even being from tier 3. Which is a tier I'll be racing this season, so I will be cheering Kaz along in that Ferrari, which if he's watching he will know I'm not happy he's chosen. So as Amir rounds the final corner, I'm sure he's going to back the field up a little bit, although they're all quite close together. Doesn't want to be waiting on that grid for too long, those tyres will get ice cold, and they do get cold quickly around in this game, so we've got the back of the grid a little bit behind there. Xerox, this is tier what? Well, it's a mixture of tier 1 and 2. We have a couple of tier 3 driver. We have one tier 3 driver in here, but it's a majority tier 1 in here. Let's see, and as we line the grid, 20 drivers all on the grid, a full grid. Lovely to see. I'll be looking forward to seeing the commentary on Monday, mate. So we're just waiting then for the drivers at the back of the grid to line up. This always takes a little while, just for the game to think about what it wants to do. The marshals are having a day off here. Very bizarre. Formation lap. There's still issues, is there, with formation lap? Oh my god. Seems like Amir has been kicked from the lobby. Yeah, I was saying we'll be running formation lap if it works. That answers that one. Here, I think we might have to restart the session here. Interesting race indeed. May's doing a good job holding on to that P1 for as it stands. Yeah, it does look like that way. It does look like we won't be running formation lap then. As the season comes, there's all good things to learn. We've got a ghosted car of Sam and Palmer. I think that might be the issue here. Sorry, just sorting out what's going on here. Because that we're going to have a lobby restart. Sorry about this, guys. Just wait for an invite then. Sorry about this, guys. Lots of confusion over formation lap. Possibly an issue where if somebody leaves during the formation lap, the whole thing crashes. It wasn't some Palmer actually. I said about possibly it being him, but that's not the case. He got disqualified, didn't he, from his lap? Just waiting then for an invite before we get going. Again, my apologies for this, guys. Yeah, it's been well. This might be a little bit controversial, but so far I've really enjoyed the 2023 season. I am a Max fan, so I guess that does help a little bit. I won't lie, but all in all, he has dominated the field. Maybe a little bit too much, which is not always the most fun to see. But other than that, some of the racing's been really interesting this year. Sorry, if we just pretend Max doesn't exist for a minute. The races have been really fun to watch, I think. What do you reckon? You guys enjoyed the season so far? Evening, Owen. Yeah, that's exactly it, isn't it? It's if you take Max out of the equation, really, it's anyone's game at the moment. So we've had, the McLarens who looked absolutely useless at the beginning of the season. Piastri has really shone this season. I'm really happy with how he's doing. Norris, interesting, but he. Everyone was hailing him, but it's been an interesting start of the season for him. He's been very hit and miss, beaten by his rookie of a teammate a couple of times now, so he'll be looking to improve, I think. If Amir's listening, he'll know I'm not the biggest fan of Mercedes, but they've made some brilliant inroads. Really, they sort of looked nowhere. Aston Martin almost swapping with Mercedes. It was almost like Mercedes sort of told Aston Martin off for having such a good car and stole the whole thing. And the Mercedes are moving up, whereas the Aston Martins are slowly slipping backwards. But I think Lance Stroll is going to be interesting. Obviously, I would have said maybe we wouldn't see him racing next year, but I think we all know that that's going to carry on regardless. I just as long as it's being run by a certain somebody, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah, it's an interesting one with Stroll because you see sometimes he does have the potential to be a really good driver, and the more hate he gets, he seems to thrive off of that. And when he gets a load of hate and a load of comments saying he's entered because of his father, which obviously there's definitely some truth to that, but every time the haters come out in full force and complain, he sort of steps his game up and he pulls a race out of nowhere. But the problem is he then as you say, he turns into Casper the Ghost. and he goes missing for 5 or 6 or maybe more races, and those accusations start resurfacing, all over a vicious circle. But it is what it is. We're just getting the last few drivers in. Obviously, we won't be doing. Yeah, so we won't be doing quality again. We got the grid set, and Stroll the IRL injection. Exactly, mate. He didn't. What did you think of the second breaking point? I thought it was quite interesting. I played it, right on release, so I can't remember. Yeah, he's not had that. He's had some good races. He's had a few. He qualified in the wet. I think was it on pole before they screwed his strategy up and told him to pit on those intermediate tyres. I think that was Lance Stroll, wasn't it? He was on for a bit of a blinder. I think Hamilton won that race in the end. Yeah, the racing wasn't challenging at all. You said it on the highest difficulty, but it wasn't there to be challenging. It wasn't there to challenge you. It was there to introduce people to F1 who hadn't played, or had only played like a few races, a little bit of offline. Wasn't there to be challenging people, but to really get that immersive feeling into Formula One and sort of try and draw those drivers in, well, those racers, should I say, into investing their time into the game. Either way, I also enjoyed it. It was good fun. Well, he doesn't look like Matt, that's for sure. But I know what you mean. But the graphics have come a long way. I mean, if we go back probably 4 or 5 games, I don't think they had any form of face scans, and all the drivers really looked quite terrible. It might not have even been 4 or 5 races ago. Maybe quite a bit sooner. It's just sorting out the grid. We obviously won't be doing qualifying again. There's no point. Do we think the season will be close towards someone driver? I think, well, we'll have to wait and see. But I think that we're going to have a very competitive season. We've got some really standout drivers. A couple of them here today. Amir is really quick when he wants to be. Yella, who's came back after a few seasons. I think he might be tier 2 actually. But he has been quick in the past. We've got Ghost, who is a returning champion. He won the... Oh, hang on, let me just change to spectate. Sorry, guys. He was the Constructors Champion last season. I can't remember if he won the Drivers' Championship. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But I don't think anyone is really going to run away with this. I've not seen anyone just yet. Cameron Searle as well, a quick one, who's unfortunately not here tonight. But he's very quick this year. Yeah, well, we got tier 1 and 2 in here at the moment, Henrik. We've got 4 or 5 drivers from tier 2, and even Keza, who's one from tier 3. So about 14 of the drivers in here are tier 1, and some people might be choosing not to show their full hand ready for round 1 next week, as it is the same track. Sorry, just something from Lucas. Let me address that. Just give him an invite. I think that's all they're waiting on. Smoke, is he here? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone is fast in quality. Some people have race pace, so there's a lot to consider. Sorry, just trying to address the issue with the lobby at the moment. I will get back to you, Xerox, in a second. Just a moment. It's just missing Simon. Let me give him a minute. Simon Palmer. Sorry, a second, guys. Oh, he's not online. But melted butter on toast, right? I'm sure we've all been there. Where sorry, where we all go for a little bit of an obsession with toast, and the best thing on toast, just butter, nothing else, just butter toast. So good. I am positive I am not the only one. More of a jam bloke. I do like jam on toast, however, sometimes just butter is good. Oh god, do I want to know, Henrik? I've got 6. Yeah, so I'll go over the spectating menu once we get in the lobby. To start spectating, all you gotta do is just press triangle. You see at the bottom of the screen it says stop spectating. It's pretty simple to get into a spectator, and it will say next to your name that you're spectating, and then once we're in, I'll quickly go over the couple of settings. It's the spectator menu is very easy to sort out. Oh. Definitely not, Owen. You just you were too quick, mate. Far too quick. Sorry about this. 2 seconds. View super license. There's a bit of confusion. So if I'm on PlayStation, I see everyone else's names as PS names, but those on EA on PC or whatever will see his name as EA ID. So that's causing a little bit of confusion because I sent over a picture of the grid to Amir, but we are going now, so that's good. Only 50 minutes late. Well, we have done qualifying, so we're not that late, but we will see. Oh, and I definitely didn't laugh, but you in tier 1 to laugh. You were just that quick, mate. We will see. The weather looks like it's set to clear from what I can see. I'm going to have time to go and look. So I think it will be the same as what it was. Yeah, yeah, overcast. So Amir really on the ball there. That's good. Oh God, let's not leave the session. But we will get ready to race in just a moment. Hopefully everyone remembers their setups. So obviously I think you all can guess formation lap will be off. Yeah, as you said, Etsy. Formation lap will most certainly be off this time, mate. I think we got everyone in apart from Simon Palmer, who didn't seem to rejoin. I know he's a little bit busy, so that's fine. It won't be raining. Oh, hang on. He can't hear me. It would not be raining, don't worry anybody. It will be a dry race. Less drama, but we're done with the drama today. We've had plenty of that. So we will not be running formation lap. I've seen it. Scotty, I've seen it. I looked, but I'm a little bit busy. They looked good. The flag in the background, I like that. That was awesome. However, I am a tad bit busy right now. Although I did say it. Yeah, go ahead, mate. Go ahead. I was going to go to the race director and see what tyres everyone's going to start on, but there's a few issues. Well, there was issues with the last game where if you went into the race director as a spectator, you couldn't get back out of it. What's that behind me? Yeah, Bruce, I think someone is going to straight line turn one. The closer to the front of the grid, the better, so less chaos. Or maybe they'll ghost, who knows. Drivers are just picking their strategies and also their setups. Henrik Anderson's left the session for some reason. However, I'm afraid I'm not spending another half an hour getting people in and out. As we are on the grid then, it's not letting me do anything. We'll have to wait a second, but we have 5 red lights. Emir on pole, and we are away. Emir getting off to a brilliant start, keeping the lead. We have the Ferrari of Jeremy Clarkson firing up through the gears, up into P2. A brilliant start from him. Let's see, anyone gonna miss their braking zones? Whoa, someone's come steaming in on the right-hand side. A little bit of contact. I don't think anyone's quite crashed yet. Everyone hasn't made it through unscathed. A little bit. Oh no, I speak too soon. A Haas I can't chase him down the field. I can't see where he's crashed. A Haas is out of the race, and that will be the first DNF. No safety car just yet. We do have a yellow flag, but that has all been cleared. So Amir keeping the lead of the race. We have 2 position changes from Jeremy Clarkson up into P2. Ghost not getting to the brilliant start, but we do have mostly gains all around us. We have a crash for Delal 801, and that is going to be the first safety car of the session then. I didn't see what happened. It looked like some contact possibly with Yellow. He's not got a front wing there. And that unfortunately is the first safety car of the race. We have some people who did not get to get the most ideal start. We've got a Henrik Anderson here. 9 places lost off the start. We had failed aim assist. who I think he said he didn't even manage to get going, disconnected from the session or something like that. Hence the early DNF. I think he got disqualified for not moving off the grid. His game froze. Yeah, game crashed. AJ season that was. A few dipping into the pits. I'd imagine that is because of damage. Henrik Anderson, he did lose a bunch of positions. Yellow obviously has no front wing. And then we have Emir cruising up to the safety car. Yeah, the one we were waiting for originally, you know, the only reason I'm actually commentating was because we were trying to get him into the race. So we have Emir leading, Jeremy Clarkson, a brilliant start, 2 positions gained, Ghost just losing the one, we got Ginger Tiger in P4, Skidso in P5, we've got Ginger Tiger's teammate Owen in P6, who has not moved, neither up or down. Bjorn de Boer, Epic Melon I think he is in the Discord, in P7, we've got Lewis the Beaker, gaining 5 positions in the P8, in that Alfa Romeo, Bluster in P9, Smoke then on the PC in P10, let's have Martin in P11, Ricky Maru in P12, Keza in the second Ferrari. Again, if he ever watches this back, me and him, we're gonna have an interesting start to next season. JP in P14, Henrik in P15 in the Malc after really, unfortunately, a poor start. I don't know if that was contact or something, but he has lost 12 positions. We have Ryan in P16 and Yellow, who I think got caught up with in the crash with the guy who's gone out in P18. But it is what it is. We're just waiting for the driver to catch up the safety car, which they are about to do, so I'd imagine it'll come in at the end of this lap. You've not even managed to get one lap of racing just yet, but we're already on to lap 3. So we've got Amir leading the way. Red flag is on Atsu. We do have it set to reduced. I think you've got to have a couple of on-track retirements and a couple of people facing maybe the wrong way for the red flag to come out. I have seen it once so far this year. After that, well, after they said they fixed it, I mean they said the same about the formation lap. After they said they fixed it, I've not seen any issues personally with it. But we will have to wait and see if it will come out tonight, and if it does, any issues arise. Henrik did also say that the red flag is working fine in races he's done in the past. A little bit of tyre warm up then from Emir. Getting those tyres nice and toasty. I think we're mostly going to all be on softs. Actually, a lot less than I expected. Got 1 on soft, 2 on mediums. A brilliant start then for Jeremy on those medium tyres. Goes on the softs. Goes on the mediums as well, so it was just the better reactions and better off the line, as we do have a safety car in then at the end of this lap. Amir will let the safety car peel away. For those of you new to the F1 games, you cannot, well you can follow the safety car a bit closer, but if you do, your throttle will get limited, and you know that is unfortunately a driver error, and if it causes a collision at the back, you will be the one responsible for that. But Emir will wait probably, I'm gonna guess midway through Parabolica to go, or maybe on the entry to Parabolica, I'm not too sure. The straight's not too long, so he might try and catch some people off guard. Let's see when he's gonna go. Is he gonna wait to the line or out the corner? He's gonna wait till the line, it looks like. Or more or less then, he is away. Let's get a better chase view. We've got the 2 McLarens darting all about. We've got a yellow flag at the back already. Hopefully that's not a collision. Probably someone waiting to have to overtake. For the Ferrari looking for a move. Owen is going to make a move. We got 3 wide into turn 1. 2 McLarens and an Alfa. They do will make it through almost unscathed. The Alfa's lost a couple of positions. Sorry, that's a Haas. It's lost a couple of positions, but nobody out. We have made it through Sector 1. And hopefully we will see the cars filter through and no more safety cars for the time being. It's got a little bit of battle between Smoke and Schizo. Smoke takes position on the inside, but the Haas is not going to give this one up too quickly, but Smoke will get through. Both drivers racing very cleanly, leaving gaps for one another. Yeah, 3 into 3. Oh, he's gone a bit wide there. 3 into 1 is always difficult, but they did make it work. No collisions and no one crashed out, so that's good to see. And we will get some racing laps underway. We've got a bit of a battle at the back of the field here. Ryan going for a move on the inside of JP on those hard tyres. Can he make it work? Yeah, JP's gone a little bit wide there, and he's going to have to get that position up, I think. Oh, contact as he rejoins. That one's going to be on JP, unfortunately. He did go off the track. Okay, then looking to make a move on Keze in the Ferrari. Hopefully there's no yellow flags. He goes down the inside of Parabolica. Oh, I don't know what the corner's called now. They've changed the name, but it will always be Parabolica to me. I'm sure some of you watching will know the new name. It's named after somebody. I'm sure they deserve the name, but yeah, I'm sorry, it's Parabolica. So then looking to make a move. Owen losing a position, because they're going to send around the inside of the Mercedes. A little bit of deja vu as there's contact from behind. And Yellow sent Keza spinning into the grass. Up front then, Emir still leading the way. You've got Jeremy right behind him. Owen looking to make a move though on Bjorn. Down into the chicane. Oh, he's lost the back end and a little bit of contact. It's a miracle he's not gone round there. We've got cars ghosting through one another. But Owen unfortunately is going to lose a couple of positions as he carries on ghosting through the cars. But that should all get reset about now. Closest battle is then between Owen and Lewis the Beaker, although he's got cars behind him to watch as well as cars ahead. Smoke might be looking to make a move here. I don't think he's going to be quite close enough. Bjorn getting overtaken by Bluster with some serious straight line speed, and Amir has crashed. Amir has crashed. I didn't see what happened. It looks like he's lost the rear out the end of the. I can't remember what the chicane is called. Out the end of the chicane, I didn't look anything up before the race. I wasn't expecting to commentate, but Amir has crashed out of the race from the lead. Luckily, only a virtual safety car. See if we can get a few words from the race leader. He doesn't seem too impressed, and it says virtual safety car, but I'm pretty sure I can see a full safety car out there on the track. Henrik Anderson speeding into the pit lane. That is always not ideal. Under the safety car, that is not when you want to be picking up a penalty. It says virtual safety car. Yeah, there we go, it's changed to a full safety car. It's easily done out of that chicane. Henrik on inters. Interesting decision. I wonder if that's a mistake. But we do have safety car number 2 on lap 6. We did get a couple of laps of racing in. Henrik is going to go back in the pits, I'd assume, to serve that 5-second penalty and probably get off those intermediate tyres. I can't see any rain. I don't think we're expecting any. Yeah, Amir said he was trying full throttle through the chicane, through Ascari, out the exit, and it's easy for the car to go around out of there. You know, you clip the curb, or even just on the exit anyway, it's a lot to put the car through, and you can do it on those soft tyres, sort of in quality, low fuel, but with a race full of fuel, the car doesn't bite as nicely into the corner, and I think that's what's happening, unfortunately. The leader is out of the race, so Jeremy will take the lead of the race. I'm in the P1 then, matching the colours of the Mercedes safety car up ahead. Into some Scotty tactics. I'm assuming he's gonna go back in. It could arguably be strategical. You can be a little bit naughty if you're gonna double pit. If you put on the inters, or a tyre you're not gonna use, and as silly as it sounds, you can get one extra laps worth out of your car, out your tyres. Sorry. By not following the safety car around for as many laps. Some people, if they're right at the back, what they'll do is they'll pit, then pit again for a third time under the safety car. It's easy enough to catch up to the grid and dump those tyres, but I think Henrik might have put them on because he had to serve that 5-second time penalty and didn't want to waste the tyre wear. Makes sense to me. Yeah, Mia said he's a bit disappointed. He's never lost a car on his own, never crashed of his own accord. We've all been there, even the greatest crashed, Amir. You know, it happens. But it is what it is, that's fine. We'll wait for the grid then to catch up, and I'm sure the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. Lap 7, still 20 laps to go. Been a quite drama-filled race so far. Even off the race, it was, you know, off the grid, it was a bit drama-filled too. Just waiting then for the last couple to catch up. They might get there in time. Let's wait and see. No, dropping the car through a Ascari, please. No, they're not going to catch up in time, and I don't think the safety car will go in this late. We will do one more tour then of Monza before the safety car does go in. But we can take in the sights and admire the track in all its glory. Got a couple of drivers pitting then. JP's gone into the pits, as has Smoke. No surprise there, Smoke on those 7-lap old softs. Lewis is a bit of an interesting one here. He's staying out on those soft tyres. Interesting. Move back up to the field, top of the field then. Jeremy Clarkson leading the way, safety car flashing. Marshall's in the background doing their job nicely, waving those yellow flags. Frontline and they're showing off some beautiful racing lines. Wonder if Jeremy's on the radio to tell the safety car to drive a little bit quicker. I'm sure he's pushing as much as he can. He's pushing the track limits for sure. I'm not too sure if there are any updates for the F1 23. Well, sorry, the track here in F1 23. I know some tracks got a bit of an update to the aesthetics of the tracks. You know, the grandstands in Austria have been corrected. I think there's an extra grandstand put in at Silverstone that's actually there in real life. It's nice to see the attention to the detail, and we've got a couple of minute track changes. Nothing big, of course. We do have the brand new Qatar and Las Vegas tracks. I've driven Qatar myself, but Las Vegas is not as fun to drive. Either way, it will be featuring in season 17 of Invictus Racing League. 4 tiers this season then. Tier 3 and 4 both hosted on a Monday night. Tier 2 being on the Tuesday night with myself, Tier 1 on a Wednesday night, and both RP leagues will be running on a Thursday. We do have 2 this year. We've only ran 1. We do also have a new graphics partner in Venturi Design, and we will be carrying on our partnership with Gridfinder, as I'm sure some of you did find your way into the league through Gridfinder, but we are away. Jeremy Clarkson will get off the line. Looks like they are itching to get going behind. A few drivers all in the slipstream of one another, but no one making a move just yet. Let's look backwards. The closest drivers, Owen again, into turn 1, side by side with his teammate. This is going to be a little bit of deja vu. Late on the brakes, he's going to hold the wide line. He's given up the position, and he's gone very sensibly through there. Ricky Murray making a position on Keza, the Ferrari driver. Schizo losing position to Lewis the Beaker, but he's going to want that one back. Lewis, in fact, is storming through, looking for a move on Bjorn the Beaker, Bjorn de Boer, sorry, into the chicane, but nothing doing there as he loses a little bit of time and drops the back end. A bit of side-by-side action. We've got a spin at the back, and Keza is out of the race. And we do have another safety car then for the Ferrari driver, and we really look like we're struggling to get a lap of racing here. I did miss that one. I was on board with Lewis the Beacon trying to make a move on Bjorn de Boer, not Bjorn de Baker, as I did say. It is always a strategy. She knew she'll learn the way. Well, Scotty was leading the Tier 2 Championship at one point, so he must know a little bit what he's talking about. Obviously, Atsu, when he has supporting, I think it's his brother, isn't it, Ricky Maroon. It's always good to see people in here supporting one another. But it will be another couple of laps under the safety car. I think the leaders will pit. Yeah, they are. Everyone's going to be diving into the pits that hasn't yet. In fact, they might all go in. Scotty Designs in the chat. He is the owner of Venturi Designs, who IRL are outsourcing their graphics to this season. The shout out that Scotty never got on the tour. He was not happy about that. But yeah, Scotty Designs, the owner of Venturi Designs, who are doing our graphics this season, and I'm sure you'll see plenty of those graphics across Twitter. He did do the pre-season sign-ups graphics, so I'm sure you've seen already a couple by himself. Hatsu just confirming that he is supporting his brother. Where is he? I've lost him off the grid here. Ricky Maru. Ricky Maru did tune into the Tier 3 pre-season race, which unfortunately was not streamed. I would have streamed it, but I was racing myself. We will not talk about how that went, that's for sure. It was a little bit of a disaster. Owen is just showing off his skills, I'm being told. We will see about that. Yeah, Fisher's Erics, the last chicane used to always make me spin out on F1 22. Yeah, that last chicane, it's a little bit nasty. You got your setup for some real straight line speed. Obviously, you have such a run down into turn 1. And you've got to sacrifice a bit of front wing for that. And it's just so easy to lose the back end, or, you know, the front losers bite and you just wash across the corner. And it is an easy place to crash. I think I found the biggest issue was the first 2 chicanes. Those curves are very aggressive. A couple of years ago, you could really ride the curbs through turns 3 and 4, but you cannot anymore. But it's only struggling with the last turn on this. Backhand keeps kicking out. I'm not sure what setup you're running, Scotty. The tyres, they overheat so easily this year. If you got the pressures a little bit too high, that last corner, it feels like your car is just not interested in driving. Yeah, your car does bottom out and it will just fly over the curbs, but some people like to play a little bit less aggressive and not ride too much curb. It's so easy to lose the rear end. Cody's, you know, everyone, it's not the most perfectly optimized game. And the curbs are a little bit inconsistent. You've got to ride over the curbs, but putting some wheels on the curbs is always a recipe for disaster, especially through the Ascari chicane. Just waiting then, who was the race leader? Jeremy Clarkson, who's, I think he pitted twice, by the looks of it. He will be at the back of the grid. Ginger Tiger will inherit the race lead. He's done 5 laps on those medium tyres. I don't think they're going to go to the end. Ryan is going to struggle with those 9-lap-old hards, but it could be possible that Ricky Maru could take those hards to the end. We'll have to wait and see. As we are all staring at the top of the screen, waiting for that all-important message that the safety car is in this lap. I think we'll go on board with Ginger Tiger to see the restart, and if we don't see too much going on, I think I'll go on board with Owen, because he's the one always interested in making a move down into turn 1, so we'll follow where the action goes. Safety car then is in this lap. Flashing boards with the safety car badge being removed, as there is no longer, you know, essentially a safety car on the track. Just the yellow flags. So no overtaking until the racing line. Sorry, the start-finish line, not the racing line. The racing line's everywhere. Let's see then. Where's Ginger going to go? Is he going to go out of... It looked like he was going to go there, but he's going to go now. A little bit disguised. He's got a... Well, he's not got that good a start, actually. A bit of a drag race here. Maybe looks like he's got him covered. Let's go back to Owen then. Is he going to make a move on the Alfa Romeo? He's going to go to the inside of the Alfa Romeo. He's going to make that move down into turn 1. And he's going to be ahead by the braking zone. A little bit of movement for Smoke there, making a move on JP. But Owen is ahead. I said we should watch him because he'll be looking to make a move, and he's done exactly that. Smoke to be looking to get JP back. A little bit illegal. It did look like he was going to go through Paraboglia. I did note that. Oh, close. JP going a bit deep there, skipping over the chicane, and I think he'll get that position back, which he does. Not cause any crashes at the back, but Ricky Mura's got ahead into P2 then. Scotty, we will be dancing out the back of the field, that's for sure. You, me, Daryl, will be putting on a show, but Henrik Anderson is ahead. He seems to have a very quick car in the straight line speeds. A new driver to this season. But he's looking very quick so far as we got Yellow making a move on Ryan. He's going to be ahead. Ryan looking to send it up the inside through Parabolic. Oh, a little bit of a twitch there from Yellow. And Ryan's going to get the better exit here. And it's going to be a long drag race down into turn 1. As we have Smoke looking to get in on the action. Oh, it's getting a bit chaotic here. Oh, contact! Contact between the two drivers. No one's good. Well, they're battling real badly. Yellow and... I can't see who that is. Really lots of contact there, and that is going to be a yellow flag as they all park up on the apex of turns 1 and 2. We've got Lewis the Beaker facing the wrong way. I didn't see what happened to him. But they kept bumping down the pit straight. Yellow, and I think that was... I don't know who it was. There was too many going on. Best of 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I'm assuming that was an illegal overtake for himself. But we had drivers bouncing off one another all the way down that pit straight. Ryan looking to make a move on Smoke. 4 wide, it's always interesting down into turn 1 and everyone's battling for that better track position. Is he going to go for a move? SFR Mine down the inside of Smoke. He's got some real straight line speed there and he'll be ahead way before the braking zone. Lovely move from himself, but Smoke will not give this one up, although I think he's going to be having to look backwards, not forwards. As Owen, he's got the overtake on, he's using the ERS, he's got the DRS, well there's no DRS down here, but he's got the ERS and he will make that move. Looks like Smoke's maybe got a little bit more front wing on that car as he doesn't quite have that straight line speed as we do have DRS enabled. And I think we should be looking back at Owen because he looks like he's going to make another move. Look at the fastest sector 3, he's not got too much ERS left, he might be saving a little bit, but Smoke is all... No, he's a little bit further back. The deltas are a little bit deceiving as he almost makes contact. Bjorn de Boer then and JP going side by side. I think Bjorn de Boer did make a move on JP. 6 lap of soft tyres. We got one on the outside. Where is he going to go to the inside? No, he's not. Blester then. Flying down the inside, taking 2 into the chicane. A little bit of contact. Going to be attacked there. Both will make it out unscathed, but JP is going to look to thread the needle. We've got a yellow flag at the back of the grid. I think that's Owen out of the race. I didn't catch that one as they're battling up ahead. Hopefully there's not another damn safety car. We'll stay on board. I think Owen is out of the race. The car is driving. It says he's retired, but no safety car then. JP losing a couple of positions. Blester ahead of Bjorn de Boer. Actually, we can't quite catch up with this one. Owen saying he is... dog, to say the least. A little bit of luck at the top of the field though. Ricky Maru, one for you here. Sorry, no, Ricky Maru, it's not you. It's the other Mercedes. Henrik Anderson looking to make a move for P1. Ginger Tiger leading. Let's see, he's not quite got that straight line speed. Is he draining battery? He is to keep that first position. Henrik Anderson steaming into turn 1. Bjorn de Boer making another move. We got a 2 wide situation down into turn 1. Is the Aston going to send a nose up the front? I think he did back out of that one. He has got SFR Martin all over the back and all around the side of him. As he's just threaded around the outside. A brilliant move for SFR Martin. On JP. Not the best line through the chicane there for Blester. And that's going to put SFR Martin onto the back of him. We've got a move being made. Yellow is backwards. Contact with Smoke by the looks of it. And that will be another yellow flag. Again, no safety cars and no red flags, that's for sure. But a move for first place. Henrik Anderson will take the lead of the race on lap 15, halfway through the race, or just over. And Henrik Anderson will inherit the lead of the race. I thought he lost the rear end there, but he's just trying to break the toe a little bit. Did you not entertain that? Ghost then, who could be in for a surprise here on those hard tyres. 5 laps old, no doubt he can take those to the end. Those mediums, I'm not sure they'll last, as he's going to move through on Ginger Tiger, who we did see used a lot of ERS to defend. I think he's going to be pretty defenceless. As Ghost is closing up on Henrik Anderson in those medium tyres. They're going to start to wear a little bit on lap 9. Or his 9th lap, should I say. So far, Martin going a little bit deep into turn 2. He's going to go up onto the gravel and he's going to no doubt lose a couple of positions there. I think he just tried to steam in a little bit too heavy into turn 1, and unfortunately he's going to see himself fall down the order. So then is he going to look to move to the inside? He's going to be sensible. Bjorn de Boer placing the car exactly where he wants to. Blester, he really likes taking that second curb through the apex, but it does unsettle the car a little bit too much, and you did see Bjorn de Boer taking probably the more advantageous racing line through there, and holding on to that position for now. But there's going to be DRS down the street. Let's see, is Blester going to blast through? He's going to look to move to the inside. Sorry, the camera's going to cut away there. Not ideal. He's going to be sensible here. Bide his time. He's got a long straight and he doesn't want to sit exposed down that pit straight. More importantly, the Ghost is going to look to make a move on P1 out of the exit of Parabolica. Both got plenty of VRS, but I think they're both racing a different race at this point. Ghost being on those hard tyres, he's going to want to take them to the end. Nice to see Henrik Anderson not doing anything silly there. Accepting the position taken. Blester, like we said, will wait for the start finish straight to make a move on Bjorn de Boer. He does exactly that, but he does wash a little bit wide through the chicane, but he will get the car straightened up and going. A little bit of a DRS train then forming between Blester and Martin. Blester has his car set for some real straight line speed. So he's going to see how the drivers behind can cope as the Ferrari of Jeremy comes steaming into the apex. He does take the corner fine though, I can't complain. He's going to look to go through the inside of the first Lesmo. As Bjorn's seen in there, they give each other plenty of room, and the outside's always going to win through there as you carry way more speed through the corner. Blester's going to be relieved as he's out of DRS range, but this is all going to play into Jeremy's tactics. Breaking that DRS, breaking that toe so that he can make a move up the inside of Bjorn. And he's going to be ahead by the time they get into break zone, but he's been rear-ended by JP in contact. We've got a broken front wing. Bjorn's gone round. It looks like a mistake there from JP. A virtual safety car is out. I'm assuming he's going to have a damaged front wing, but it looked like JP has just missed his braking zone there and caused a little bit of chaos and a little bit of contact. I might see Henrik Anderson dip into the pits. We're going to see Ghost go in as well. Can I watch the drivers then all feed into the pits? I'd imagine everyone's going to take this opportunity whilst there's a virtual safety car to not lose too much time and pit. We're going to have a couple of double stacks. Atsu, I hope you're looking away, because there's going to be a double stack. No, hang on, they're out in time. Not too much of a double stack for the Mercedes. It's a little bit, I don't know what we're waiting for here. Must be serving a penalty as the whole grid other than Ryan, bless him, are all in the pits. And it is a full safety car then, a full course safety car. I'm sure that's why they've gone in. They probably would have seen that sooner than I did. Scotty is informing me he is going to be taking me out in the first race. I hope the stewards of Tier 2 are watching this. No, Tier 3, sorry. Are watching this and take note. Any incident between me and Scotty will quite clearly be at fault for Scotty. Regardless of the actual incident, he's made her own fault. It has to happen. Well, Scotty, in the pre-season race, my teammate decided to be the one to take me out. As you'd like to see it. No bias, mate, you've just admitted. So we got an interesting setup then. All running softs other than Ginger Tiger on the mediums. He took himself out twice. Yeah, we will not talk too much about the pre-season race. I finished the race with a couple of penalties. I had the wrong setup. Played too much overs here. Serox will be joining the commentary team for Tier 4, I believe he's covering. Alongside this man on screen who was at fault for this safety car, Mr. JP. Obviously there'll be no penalties, it's only a pre-season race, but I think we're all going to unanimously agree that we'll move JP down 5 seconds to where he finishes, if I remember, at the end of the race. But I think it's those two, the Irishman and Xerox. I'm not too sure. Based on time zones, I'm guessing he might be from the US. Schizo was in. Ryan, I don't know if he did pit. See, what you're meant to do in F1, Scotty, is a pit stop, not a pit maneuver. There is a little bit of a difference. Ryan did pit. Okay, that's good. Schizo's gone in for the soft tyres. Realised he was on the wrong tyres. Monza is one of those tracks where you think it's an easy track, not much is going to happen, but it's always chaos of a race. It's really going to be interesting for a season opener around here. There is going to be some big wins and some big losses, I don't doubt. Keza, if you're listening, Keza was disappointed there wasn't a sprint race around Monza. And I did inform him one turn one's enough. I think we've all seen that that is definitely the case. That's it, he did say he retracts his statement. We have seen some racing at too. You're going to be happy to see that Ricky Maru has managed to get onto those soft tyres and keep his position. Now I don't know who to go on board with there. I wanted to go on board with Owen because he seemed to get some brilliant safety car restarts, but we'll just focus on the front of the grid. Maybe Blester, he has some straight line speed. But we'll see what kind of race restart Ghost can get. Scotty with his eagle eye will be watching for a little bit of an illegal restart like Ginger did hint at a little bit. We've got Ghost then leading with the PlayStation. Sorry, leading. Oh my God, words. Leading on PlayStation, repping PlayStation. That's the word I'm looking for. And he is away out of the corner. He's gone where I would have gone, out of the corner. You don't want to wait too long because it is a long straight, and the race and the finish line is right there. But much to your surprise, Atsu, you said he's not got any pace, but he's going to look for a move down the inside of Ginger Tiger. He doesn't quite have that straight line speed. Too wide behind though. Blester, we did say he's got some straight line speed and we might need to watch him. He's made a move on SFR Martin. It's going to be a drag race. He's almost on the grass here. A little bit of a kink to the right, giving each other plenty of room. Who's going to be first to back out then into the second chicane? Nobody is going to back out, I don't think. Yeah, they played it sensibly there, but the exit's going to be where it's at. Martin's going to look to the inside, but I think he was held up a little bit on the apex of the corner. The yellow and smoke swapping positions, hopefully no more contact between those two. Jeremy Clarkson, who pitted all the way to the back of the grid, is going to look to make amends here. Ginger Tiger's lost a second to the front two drivers. No worries, Xerox. Enjoy yourself, mate. Well, I say enjoy yourself at work. That's hard to do. The Ferrari looking for a move on the inside. Not quite going. I look forward to speaking to you soon, mate. He's going to make a move here then on SFR Martin. The Ferrari around the outside. No, I'm not going to sing the song. Nobody ask. And the move is made then. Jeremy Clarkson up into P7. He's going to be looking to catch up with the front runners. Remember, there's a yellow flag at the back. Schizo, I think he's gone around of his own accord. No safety car just yet. Henrik Anderson, is he going to make a move? He's going to dive into turn one. No, he's a little bit far back. I will not be singing. Yellow then and Bjorn de Boa side by side into turn one. Oh, that's going to be contact every day of the week. Schizo, yeah, has retired in the pits. I think that might have been his own accord. We almost had a bit of a... Well, they're teammates here on track. I'm not sure if they're teammates in the actual season. As Yellow will clear the driver, but we almost had a bit of a Hamilton. That's a amalgamation if I've ever heard one. Hamilton and Verstappen reenactment into turn one, but it wasn't quite to be. Talking of Verstappen, smoking the Red Bull, looking to climb up the field a little bit, down in P12. This has been an action-filled race so far. My mouth is really dry. I need a drink, but there is no time for that. And I will not be asking for another safety car to go and do so. I wasn't expecting to be commentating. Jeremy Clarkson climbing up the field, but that was to be expected. He is a very quick driver. DRS then is enabled. I'm not too sure if they'll get DRS here. I don't think they will. I think they're going to have to wait until the middle of the lap to get their first bout of DRS. We said Bluster had a fast car in a straight line, but Jester is creeping up behind him. I think I said Jester. I'm really mixing my words here. It was a bit of an impromptu stream. I won't lie. We weren't planning on streaming the pre-season races, but it's given plenty of action to spectate. That's for sure. I'm sorry, Scotty. You're gonna have to quit. I'm afraid. I'll be singing nothing of the sort. A good exit there. Let's see if Jeremy can make inroads. A little bit of a DRS train forming. Henrik Anderson not able to make a move on Ghost. It looks like a little bit of a bottleneck from Ginger Tiger as he runs a little bit wide there. I think that's going to be a warning for track limits for himself. As you don't look away, I think we're going to see a transfer of the podium position in the favour of Ricky Maru, but we will also have to keep an eye on first place. Both saving ARS. But he is going to make a move then around the outside again. Ricky Maru also making a move. He's cleared him. But back to the front. Henrik Anderson and Ghost. Really respectful racing at the front. They go side by side through turn 1 and turn 2. Unlike the two William drivers previous lap, Smoke has made a move on one of those William drivers. But Ghost will retain P1. And Henrik Anderson, he's not got to really rush to make a move here. He's got a bit of a safety buffer behind him, 2.5 seconds, so he doesn't need to do anything stupid. See, watch them, Blester looking to make a move on the McLaren. No, yes, McLaren of Ginger Tiger. We have a spinner at the back. Bjorn de Boer is out of the race. A yellow flag, but shouldn't, I hold my breath, be a safety car. As we have a transfer of the race lead. We do have a new race leader. Henrik Anderson in the Mercedes has taken the lead from Ghost. But I think it's going to be a long way to go till the end of the race yet. It's lap 23 of 27. But we are not done just yet. A podium position then for both Mercedes drivers are 1 and 3. Haven't seen that for a while in real life. Jeremy Clarkson looking to make a move. He is going to clear Blester. He has some real straight line speed. He's going to see some blinking going on. Ginger Tiger is going to get back ahead of Ricky Maru. And I think Jeremy's going to go down the inside just for good measures here. Brilliant move from Jeremy. Opportunistic, sensible, clean. And Ricky Maru, I think I might have cursed him here actually, I'm afraid. As he's going backwards. As we have Ghost. A very brave move into the chicane there, and he's back in the lead of the race. There's just so much going on, I can't keep track of it all. As Yellow picks up a 3-second time delay for track limits. I think we saw Ginger was close to one of those. JP coming a little bit dissociated as he's used all of that ERS. It's interesting to see ERS management across the grid. First and second, should probably not be watching them too much, but they have plenty of ERS. I think Jeremy Clarkson is going to make light work of the McLaren up ahead. Down the pit straight, he's climbed his way through the field with some real straight line speed and really some speed across the whole race. Maybe Henrik Anderson's going to look to make a move though for the race lead. He is a little bit of contact. There's Ghost a little bit of a movement as he goes through, but it's clean enough. Jeremy Clarkson down the inside. Has he outbraked himself? He has outbraked himself. A little bit of contact with Ginger Tiger, causing a bit of a kerfuffle in the apex. But he has outbraked himself. We have a yellow flag at the back of the field for, I don't know who that is. It's not telling us. Ryan coming out of the grid. Henrik Anderson making a move. Oh, a little bit of lag there. And for the third time, we have a transfer of the leader. It is Henrik Anderson in the Mercedes leading over Ghost. Ginger Tiger holding on to that third place because Jeremy got a little bit excited down into turn 1. You see, just with the DRS, no ERS involved, he really closes that gap very quickly. But attention to the front of the grid then. Ghost all over the rear of Henrik Andersen, both on the exact same tyre strategy. Jeremy Clarkson really pushing Ginger Tiger through Parabolica. That one we don't need to watch. What we do need to watch, because that is really destined to happen. Ghost will take the lead in lap 26. Is probably a little bit of mind games going on here. Yellow pitting, I think he's got some front wing damage. A little bit of mind games here, because if Henrik holds on, he will take the lead into the final lap of the race, and it's always good to be leading on the final lap, as there's not many opportunities to make a move. But a little bit of a snap there. Henrik Andersen thinking about getting all over the rear. Lewis Tabika picking up 3 seconds for track limits. Let's just have a look at those penalties. We do have 6 seconds then for Ricky Maruatsu, much to your dismay, I think. 3 seconds for Lewis Tabika and 3 seconds to Yellow, who is right at the back of the field, so that's not going to matter too much. All eyes though to the front of the grid. Still 3 tenths. These two drivers really on par with one another. It's going to be too much to ask for Jeremy to close that 3 second gap, although he is definitely gaining. Let's see then. Is Henrik going to make a move as we start the final lap of the race? Is he going to make a move around the outside? No, he's not. Drivers are going to use that ERS to defend. A little bit of contact there. Ricky Maru making a move. I think we see some sideways actions from a Mercedes driver. It is Ricky Maru. Another 5 seconds on the list there, and that's unfortunate for himself. I don't know if that was contact or a mistake. But we're going to have to focus on the lead here. Henrik Andersen, a mistake there. And that's going to give a little bit of a slide. Another 5 seconds for Ricky Maru for not adhering to yellow flags. But I think vitally that slide through the corner is really going to allow Ghost to pull away here. And you think this is going to be the last opportunity for Henrik to make a move. I'm going to look backwards here as it's just a tenth between Lewis Tabika and Ginger Tiger to go around the outside. We got 2 wide up ahead. SFR Martin ahead of JP. Lewis is going to have nowhere to go. Ginger Tiger sending it up the inside of JP. Leaving a little bit of room. And he's going to make the move as JP pushes then Lewis Tabika off the track. Back to the front. Henrik all over the back of Ghost. Good evening to Russell, who disappointingly will not be returning. As we see Henrik go over the line as a spin. But Ghost will be our race winner for the pre-season race. The plethora of penalties are going to see Ricky Maru drop to the back of the grid other than Yella. Ghost then winning the race. Henrik in second. Jeremy Clarkson, after going to the back of the field, will take P3. SFR Martin in P4. Ginger Tiger in P5. Buster in P6. Smoke in P7. Lewis Tabika in P8. JP in P9. I'm going to slap a 5-second penalty for causing a safety car and a couple of spins onto his time, but it will not matter. He will stay in that position. We have Ricky Maru in P9. I think it was Lewis in P10 and Lewis in P11. I think it was. We will see the final standing shortly. Driver of the day for SFR Martin, who has seen a real turn of pace this year on the F1 23 games. As we see the drivers dancing out onto the podium, but we won't be watching that too much. What we will be watching is Ghost winning the pre-season race. He's definitely got a championship to defend this year. Henrik Andersen in P2, Jeremy Clarkson, who is also going to be fighting near the top, in P3. We have SFR Martin in P4, Ginger Tiger in P5, a brilliant effort from himself after not being on the correct strategy most of the race. Blesser in P6, who showed some bouts of speed this week. Smoke in P7, Lewis Tabika in P8, JP, we won't talk about the incidents he got in P9, Ricky Maru, well, we also won't talk about too many of those penalties at, so I'm sure you won't be too happy. Yella, the fastest on track, but not the cleanest on track. Ryan is the last retirement, but we will go in order of first to last. We have the Hassa failed aim assist. I'm not too sure who his actual name is. We have Dalal, who got in last moment, but he also retired. Emir in P17, who lost the car of his own accord. We will highlight. In P17, Keza in P16 with a DNF. Owen in P15 with a DNF, who couldn't get the car stopped properly. Skitzer in P14 with a DNF. Bjorn de Boer in P13 with a DNF. Ryan was classified, but plus 3 laps. However, under IRL regulations, that would also go down as a DNF. You have to cross the final race. You have to cross the line on the final lap to be classified. But that was a very interesting opener. Well, not an opener, but a pre-season race to give you all a taste of what will be up and coming in Invictus Racing League. We will have the season opener and the league opener will be Tier 4 and Tier 3 simultaneously running on a Monday night at 8 PM. Xerox will be commentating Tier 4 alongside JP most likely. Tier 3, we're still just confirming that lineup. Tier 2 will be myself on the Tuesday night at 8 PM. Tier 1 will be JPH99 and Bruce Lee Hudden, who did stick his nose in the stream at the beginning. They will be covering Tier 1, and we will have RP on the Thursday. Those commentators still to confirm, but a massive congratulations to Ghost, and a really fun drive for us all to watch. I hope you've enjoyed watching the pre-season race, and I hope you will all be tuning in to round 1 of the Invictus Racing League, which will be running around Monza. Thank you all for watching.